It's actually hilariously funny. My dreams are really big. I'm not ever gonna apologize for that. The first time I ever heard a Demi Lovato song, it was Every Time You Lie. But the first time I ever heard a Miley Cyrus song, it was Hannah Montana. And those are two completely different vibes. But it's Miley's music stays with me longer. Demi's music is tangibly good. She can sing it live, she can perform it live. The songs sound good bumping in your car. But Miley's music, I always come back to lyrics. I always come back to melodies. I always come back to vibes. Even the bangers era, like I know everybody's like people. I know people are mad about it, but I don't know. It's just not something that I think it should be. Anybody should be mad at. Unless there are things that I'm not remembering, when I don't think I'm misremembering anything. That era was nonsensical, but wasn't she also like 20? Like we're supposed to let these kids grow. The first time I ever seen this girl on screen, she had like prepubescent teeth. America runs on Duncan. What the fuck is Duncan? Who is Duncan? I mean, it's like pedophile conspiracies, but the way there's just wide open pedophiles that exist in the world, and society hasn't functioned to address that as a problem. Society hasn't like adjusted to address that as a problem. Because like if y'all actually cared, society would be fundamentally different. So, which means things like prisons and healthcare wouldn't be for profit. And that's on the Tennessee Valley Authority. It was a war town. Baby, the Dixie, the Confederacy, these aren't just concepts, they're energies, they're societal structures, and they haven't gone away. These girls, they run a tight ship. And I was about to say this. I was thinking these Mexicans up here, they run tight. They keep their shit clean. If you talk about people's ethnic identity, you have to say it gently and softly. And I'm like, bitch, I'm a Black American. Y'all can suck my dick, kiss my ass. Is not even like too raw, too real. That's a crazy bitch. That's a crackhead. But let me tell you something about crackheads. Look at me, I'm white. And you look like everybody's cousin. What the fuck are you saying? Like, that's so crazy. And so that's why I'm interested to know what happened to Marge. Because that whole vibe over there, it could be anything. That's just like a government psyop. Them is the feds. Breathe fire, my dragons. Nikita, oh my god. This space needs a refresh. This space needs a refresh. I'm up with the sun because this one is cool. The first time I ever did a mind reading trick here on this soil, it was about Cool Runnings. Now you're not allowed to make jokes in the workplace anymore. Yeah, fuck that corporate shit. That's feds, baby. That's all the feds. We're young. We can live any life we want. I'm young, but I'm not a youth. Like those are two different types of words. But because they both have a you prefix, people focus on themselves. They focus on themselves through a projection. It's a crazy phenomenon. One way or another. Melissa Joan Hart, I knew she's not necessarily right wing. She's like a liberal conservative. Because there was not always a gay, but there was always a black. But then when she did Melissa and Joey, they opened it up to gay. They also did teen sex in a response in like a way that I thought was interesting. I grew up in a war town. I got a good white people education. That's how I know it's an apartheid. That's how I know it's fake and a lie and it's a mirage. That's how I know. Because I was educated in the same way that they were. We were integrated, baby. Like, we learned about the Underground Railroad and abolition. Yeah, like we learned about the Haitian Revolution. But that stuff was just things that happened. They weren't designed to inform. Everything was just information as a justification. So they got all sides of the truth. The truth really doesn't matter. Most people are like, yeah, who cares? What the fuck does that even mean? The bombs that they're dropping, I know people who made them. The secrets that they're hiding, I know people who are in on that. If we were to make things right, a lot of people would lose a lot. But I mean, that's part of what makes it right. Like, yes, you have to lose now because your version of winning is too violent. And we just can't function in a society like that. And we're talking about whiteness and white people. So you proclaiming to... Bitch, that shit, it trips me the fuck out. Like, I be bugged out. Cause what are you saying? Like, is that part of the agitated propaganda? Cause it's agitated? And so you're kind of like taunting them? Cause in Obama's America, you were allowed to be white? Because that was the whole promise. That was the hope and change. That everybody gets equal access to whiteness. And black people, we got what we got. And that's not a public conversation, actually. None of this is a public conversation. Everybody needs to be talking to their families and their neighbors. And their community members. You should have like park pals. If you go to the park every day, you should be noticing people that are also there every day. Because you should be looking around. Headphones are fine. Sunglasses are cool. But like, you around other human beings, you better acknowledge that shit. And people think that means you just have to say hi to everybody you see. It's not funny because it's just like, oh, that's an interesting interpretation. It just feels like if you actively do that, though, that would be an unpleasant experience. And so it's like, oh, it's people who live in their head or live with inside their body or have a unified structure of their head and their body being in tandem. And that's what I teach. But I'm not a teacher. So it's like, that's not what I teach. That's what I am capable of sharing. That's what I have to share. Like, oh, I can like teach you unification. I can, what is the word? It starts with an E. Maybe I'm thinking about integration. Like a full embodied integration. I've done it. I've done the impossible, or what some would say would be the impossible. I've done the thing that I was like, what if this doesn't happen because I'm meant to die? I'm just meant to die a statistic. But like Kurt Franklin really was for the culture. I refuse to be another black statistic. Like, we're not gonna just be a part of their numbers game. We're human beings. It's like, yes, numbers are cool, but I feel the same way about words. Like, yes, words are cool, but baby, it's a life to be living. And that's all I ever want to do is live. Because that's the only thing I can do. I'm not capable of doing anything else. I'm not capable of doing anything else. All I can do is just live. I don't know. Living is everything. Because the opposite of living is dying. Or the adjunct to living is dying. I don't know, man. I just feel like what's about to come next. I mean, because like the manifestation of the perfect apartment is like, oh, I'm here to blossom, is a good fertilization. That's why it's everybody farts. Like, this is what Dr. Ali was talking about. What the fuck is it called? The olfactory ethics. The only project in school that I really honed in on was the study of the brain. I chose that topic and I actually studied it. I don't remember nothing about it, but I'm like, no, I did care. I'm very fascinated by the brain because it's this cool thing. I don't know, it's just kind of cool. And the olfactory part that conjures the senses of the smell, the nose, the nose. See? I could do that thing with words if you really want to, but it's corny. If you come, we in Texas, we in Alabama, we in Mississippi. If we're talking to somebody who doesn't understand us, they would take nose for Knowles or Knowles for nose. You know what I mean? So when it comes to black folklore, I believe everything I'm told to some extent or to some degree. But the thing about the Knowles is olfactory ethics, where it's like, yes, some smells are kind of offensive, but I'm not offended by them. This is why I picked this place. Because I can just go outside. I chose all this for a reason. Because integration, like full embodied integration, nervous system regulation, I can show that to you. I can display that to you. And you can engage with it however you want to. And my hope is that it blossoms into something beautiful. But I can't control that. But this is the perfect fertilizing ground for that. Yeah. It's just the concept of strangers. Like, that would just require a lot of talking. And I just... What have I done to myself? Because I'm like, I don't want to do a lot of talking. What are we talking about? I don't... all everybody does is motherfucking talk. I'm gonna need everybody to shut the fuck up for a solid 48. Okay? Like... Baby, it's nigga shit everywhere you go. And that's my favorite part about colored people. Like, we're gonna make colored people a thing. Shout out to Tyla, okay? No shade, but colored people is the new black. But she knows that she's black. Everybody's just being weird about it because she's trying to teach us about fucking South Africa, which we need to be learning about. Oh, baby, it's a car show. There's no place on America's soil where there's not a car show happening on a Saturday in August. The way it is a United States, the way these states are united, is no. I have traveled to about 40 of the 48 contiguous. Maybe 36. Because on this side of the map, I ain't really been. And also, that Maine, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, I never crossed that threshold either. Mm, I ain't never crossed that threshold either. So it's a lot. There's a couple that's like it's like those five, and then there's a couple over here that I'm about to get to. But everywhere I've been, and I'm talking about across the states, it's a car show happening on Saturday in every town, in most towns. Mike, you want to see some cars? America loves cars. Yomp. I just really am tired of talking. I need my physical body stimulated, which means I need something magical to happen. Desperately magical every day except for Wednesday.